Hello everyone, my name is Grace and today we're going to look at something that is beneath our feet. Something that we can't normally see, but it is alive under the ground. So today I brought something special with me. This is another plant. I want you to notice what are similar between these two plants. What do they have in common? And what is different between these two plants? Awesome. Now today, with these plants in mind, we are going to discover about roots. Now the roots right here and right here, they have a special job. Their job or their function is to help keep the plant in the ground, and it's also to help gather all of the water that is in the ground and suck it up to help. So as the plants grow, we're going to get to observe the roots and watch them grow. Now we are going to get to discover roots by making something called a root view cup. I went through my recycling and I collected a bunch of containers that are see-through. So different shapes and different size containers, as long as you can see through them, work really great for this activity. Today, I'm gonna use this container, it's an old peanut butter jar, for a root view cup. Before we get started, if you have a plastic container that you can poke holes in the bottom, go ahead and get some help from an adult to do so. It will help so that water doesn't pool up in the bottom. If not, no worries, you're just gonna have to make sure you don't overwater it. Okay, so our first step is to create a sleeve for our root view cups. So when roots are growing, they like to go to the most dark places they can find. And the sleeve will help block out some of the light. I'm gonna use, I found this old paper bag that I got at the grocery store, and so I'm gonna cut this apart to use it for my sleeve. You could also use a piece of paper or anything else like that. Awesome. So our next step is I took a piece of the paper and I am gonna now cut it into the right shape for this container. So I'm gonna take this container and I'm just gonna roll it around. Awesome. And I'm gonna use a marker to just show me where I need to end it. And if I put my finger in, it's right, the bottom is right around there. I'm gonna take my scissors and I'm gonna cut. And this is an approximation, so if it's not perfect, it's okay. You can always trim it a little bit more. Now I'm going to decorate mine and make a wish for my plant and write it on my sleeve. Now that we have our wish written on it, we can take our sleeve and we can put a piece of tape to help secure it onto our container. And notice that my paper overlaps just a little bit so that it can tape on more easily. If it doesn't overlap, that's okay. Since I taped it directly onto the paper, you can see that it slips on and off pretty easily, like that. So you can check out your roots as they grow. So now it's time to fill our container with soil all the way up to the top. So here I brought some soil right here, and if you can collect it or you can get some potted soil, whatever works. And you're gonna fill your container up all of the way. All right, now that my soil is at the top of my container, it's gonna be time to plant some seeds. Now I went around my house and I collected some seeds that I found in my kitchen. I found some beans and I found some corn seeds. I think that's popcorn. Or if you have a seed packet like this one, you could plant these seeds as well. So now I'm going to plant all of the seeds all around the edge of the root view cup. So if you look really closely, you can see the seed is right here. I found such a sunny place in the garden. One thing to remember is that if you didn't poke holes in the bottom of your container, that you gotta be careful about how much water you're giving it. So not too wet, but also not too dry. Now you can leave it in a nice warm place for all of the plants to grow. With our Root View cups, we can put on our scientific goggles and we can make observations about what we notice and what we see. Then we can ask ourselves a question. What do we think our roots will look like? We can record what we find. Thank you so much for being scientists with me today, and see you later.